Hello folks, I am Prateek Agnihotri, a computer programmer by profession, and I have expertise in VBA, that is Visual Basics for Application, and Java. I've started making these videos to help coders, non-coders, laymen, and people who want their work to be handy. By work, I mean the work which they do in Microsoft Office. For example, in Excel, in PowerPoint, in Microsoft Office Word file. So these tasks can be easily accomplished by using VBA. So without wasting any further time, let's move over to the VBA basics and then we will move over to the quick and small codes. VBA is a major division of standalone Visual Basic Programming language. Let me move ahead in my slide. VBA is a major division of the standalone Visual Basic Programming language. Visual Basic Programming language is a high-level language. It is integrated into Microsoft Office applications. By Microsoft Office applications, I mean the applications which are in Microsoft Office suite. For example, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint, Microsoft Word. It is the macro language of the Microsoft Office suite. Previously, it was known as XLM. So guys, previously VBA was known as XLM. So the content is continued. Here I have mentioned that every organization in today's world relies upon various kind of databases. Data is very huge, and we have again the concept of big data. We have very huge amount of data everywhere in each and every organization. So data is the basically backbone in every aspect of the organization, be it management, marketing, finance, planning, technical and production services. Excel can be used as a database, or we can call it a spreadsheet application which manipulates the data stored in it, or some other databases like SQL Server, Oracle, MySQL. So Excel is basically a database, the data of which can be manipulated using VBA. So I am again saying that VBA can manipulate the data present in Excel as well as present in SQL Server or Oracle or MySQL. So the most important feature of Excel is the macro programming language, commonly known as VBA, used within Excel to develop macros. Again, this is the last slide of my content. VBA means Visual Basic for Applications. Official name is Visual Basic Applications Edition. VBA is the vastest language amongst all high-level languages. VBA is an event-driven, object-oriented programming language from Microsoft that is now primarily used with Microsoft applications such as MS Excel, MS Word, and PowerPoint. So guys, we learned today that VBA, that is Visual Basics for Application, is used to manipulate the data or present in the databases, to apply the formulas in the Excel file, and to implement the functions. Okay, so let's move over to the Excel file. Go to the start. So I have installed like Microsoft Office Suite 2010. So let's open the Microsoft Excel 2010. So the name of the file is book 1. As you all can see, book 1. And whenever you open an Excel file, it consists of 3 sheets by default, that is sheet 1, sheet 2 and sheet 3. All sheets are empty. We can double click on the sheet 1 and rename this sheet. For example, if I want to do renaming, let's say automation. Let's say I want to rename sheet 2 as input. Now I want to rename sheet 3 as output. So double click on the sheet 3, double click, and then write OUTPUT, that is output. Okay, so this is our Excel file which is named as book 1, and it consists of 3 sheets which come by default. Previously their names were sheet 1, sheet 2 and sheet 3. I've changed their names as automation, input and output. When I click over this cell all these are cells. The name is A1. When I click over here, the name is B1. So this is one row of the Excel file. This is one column of the Excel file. This is row, this is column. So these all are columns. If I go by like this, these all are rows. So one cell is defined by row comma column. For example, if I say this is the first cell, the row is 1, the column is 1. So this is 1 comma 1. This is again row 1 but column 2. So row 1 column 2. So this is 1 comma 2. This is row 1 column 3 1 comma 3. This is row 1 column 4 1 comma 4, and so on. If I move in this direction downwards, this is row 2 column 1. Again here this is row 2, row remains the same, column 2, column is B. This is row 2, I am not changing the row, column C, which is 3, and this is row 2 column 4. Now what is this? I am in the third row and I am in the first column. So 3 comma 1, third row second column, third row third column, third row 4 column, and this is fourth row first column, fourth row second column, fourth row third column, fourth row 4 column. So I was just telling you guys the difference between the row and column and how a cell is defined on the basis of row value and column value. For example, in Google Map we define a location by longitude and latitude. Same is the concept here. A cell is defined by the row value and the column value. Okay, so let me erase all of this. I'll just drag the cursor and I'll press delete. So if I want to put some values in this cell automatically, and I want to put some values here automatically, and if I want to put some values automatically here, so how can it be done? For example, if I want here 1, I want 2 here, I want 3 here, I want 4 here, I want 5 here, I want 6 here, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is basically the table of 1. Now I want table of 2 here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 and 20. So I want table of 1 in the column A, and that is 1, and I want table of 2 in the column B, that is 2, second column. So how can it be done using Visual Basics for applications? So for that I will press Alt F11. What? Alt F11. So this window will appear, which is the editor window to write the VBA code. So I will go to the insert. Don't go into the semantics, that is what is the meaning of format, debug, run, tools, add-ins, window helps. All these will come shortly. First what will we do? We will insert a one module. So insert, go to insert and press module. As soon as we insert module, a white screen will appear and here it will come as module 1. So we are in the module 1. Every VBA code starts with subroutine. So what we will write here is sub display tables. Let's say display tables. Let's keep this name for our subroutine, that is VBA code. Double bracket. Always start the code with sub, any name which you want, which and double bracket. For example, we are naming our code as display tables. Now press enter. As soon as you will press enter, end sub will automatically appear. So we just wrote sub and display tables double bracket and we press the enter button. So and sub appeared all by itself because VBA code is very user friendly. Most of the syntaxes and the uppercase and lower cases of the keywords, they come automatically. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to write table of 1 in the column A, table of 2 in the column B. So again pressing alt tab, going to the IDE. So the sheet name is output where we want to print this. These tables are printed in the sheet name output. So going back to the editor, let's say work sheets bracket double quotes output. So always we will have to refer our sheet with the keyword worksheets, and the bracket mention the name of the sheet inside the double quotes. So worksheets is an object which refers to the output sheet present in the workbook. Dot cells. Now where do we want to print the table of 1? In the column 1. So we will write row 1 column 1 dot value is equals to 1. Similarly, we'll copy this line, paste it here in the row 2 column 1 only we will write 2. So similarly we will again copy it here, we'll change the row value, that is 3, and we'll write here 3. Similarly keep on doing this. In the row 4 write the value 4. In the row 5 column 1 write the value 5. So let's do it 10 times. So we have done the coding part. Now let's delete these columns. Go back to the window. So we have written here sub display tables. So let's run it. See, a table of 10. Delete it. Go to the IDE window, run it, and then see table of 10 appears all by itself. So now we have written this thing 10 times. If you all see, we have written these things 10 times. Worksheets output, cells 1 comma 1 dot value is equals to 1, cells 2 comma 1 dot value is equals to 2, 3 comma 1. So what we are doing is we are repeatedly entering the value in each of the cell one by one. Now how can we do this in only 3 lines and make our code more efficient? So what we will do is we will delete all these lines except one. We will use the looping part here for I is equal to 1 to 10 worksheets output cells, make it I here, dot value is equals to I and next I. So this is the looping part which we have used for I is equals to 1 to 10. I is a variable. Declare the variable. How will be declared? Dim I as integer. For I is equals to 1 to 10, worksheets output dot cells I comma 1 is equals to I. So what is the current value of I? 1. So cells 1 comma 1 may it will get printed 1. Next I becomes 2. Worksheets output dot cells 2 comma 1 value becomes 2. So when we run this code, the output will be 1 to 10. Delete it. Go back to the code. Run it. Go back to the sheet. The output will be 1 to 10. So the thing is, the codes can be written as lengthy as you want. The codes can be made short depending on the logic you have applied. So what we will do is we will also make the table of 2 in the column B. Go to the code, copy these 3 lines, paste it just below that. Again the loop remains the same. For I is equals to 1 to 10, worksheets output remains the same, the sheet remains the same. Now cells I comma 2, instead of I comma 1, 1 is basically column. So make column 2 because we want to print the table of 2 in the column B, which is column 2. Make it 2. I remains the same. We want each row, like we want to print table of 2, like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and each value in each row. But here we have to change, because if we will the value remains the same as I, it will print the value, the table of 1 in the column B. So what we will do is we will just do I into 2 and next I. So I goes to 1 to 10 and I into 2 goes 2 to 20. I is equals to 1 to 10, I into 2 is 2 to 20. Run it, go back to the sheet. So the table of 1 in the column A, table of 2 in the column B. Delete it. Sheet is empty. Go to the code. Press run. Go to the sheet. Table of 1 in the column A, table of 2 in the column B. So this is your code. So guys, today we discussed how to write a code to display the tables. Again, if you want to print the table of 3, copy these 3 lines, print it here. Instead of I into 2, just write I into 3. And in the third column, write 3 instead of 2. Run it. The table of 3 will get printed in the column C. So thank you guys for watching this video. I will be coming up with more efficient codes and more valuable codes and more worthy and useful codes in the day-to-day life shortly. Thank you guys.